Hello world! I'm going to be talking about public education today, in particular American public education, because I haven't been publicly educated anywhere else. One of the largest problems is urban segregation. Basically, we have rich neighborhoods and poor neighborhoods like any other city, and everyone goes to the school in which they're zoned. This means that poor kids go to poorly funded schools with teachers who either are on a mission to save this bad neighborhood or probably couldn't get a job anywhere else. And because the classes are from 30 to 50 students, and there's very little work to be done in the first 5 or 6 years of school. These kids kind of go up in the system and get cycled through, passing school until they reach about 6th or 7th grade when they're really learning absolutely nothing. And then they get all the way to high school and they can barely read. They can't do punctuation. They don't know how to capitalize their letters. And a whole plethora of other problems. And this is not because our poor kids are stupid. This is because we're sending them to horrible schools. And the same is true of the country bumpkin stereotype, because our rural schools are the same way. You have one school out in the middle of nowhere where all these kids in all of these tiny towns go, and they don't hire very good teachers, and they don't have very good curriculums, and they don't give very good individual attention. It is my stern and solemn belief that individual attention is one of the strongest weaknesses in any educational system. Children need to be talked to on a one-on-one basis to know exactly where they are in their education, because if you don't know where your children are, then how can you expect them to understand the next step and the next step, and not just slowly feel themselves falling behind until they feel like they can't do anything. Another big problem is social interference and moral interference. People saying we should teach evolution, we shouldn't teach evolution. The debate among religious sorts of peoples and morality sorts of police is very largely detrimental to our children. We can't live in a place where information is sacrificed for comfort. That's just not a plausible solution. We need to care more that they learn rather than what they learn. And what they need to be learning are hard facts. Don't teach garbage. But I don't think that our parents should try to police what our teachers are trying to give us. That's one huge problem in American public schools. You know, you can't write about God. You can't write about not believing in God. You can't write about touchy subjects because they're afraid of a phone call and a lawsuit. We are in a society of blame where we try and find, oh, there's a problem in our school, so let's point out the person whose problem it is, and then we'll fire that person, or let's point out the one thing that we teach that we shouldn't teach. And I don't think it's so much a problem of a society of blame as the American ideals or the societal ideals that we've all been spoon-fed. The American ideal, the American dream is wealth, kind of like, being a superstar, kind of a singer, natural talent. I don't really have to do anything ever again because I'm going to get paid millions of dollars to dance around in a cricket suit or whatever. And then we have this male ideal that we are spoon-fed, where the only way to attain your way in this world is by power, usually physical power, gun sorts of power. Just watch the Disney movies. The male is a strong, combative character, and the female gets her power from manipulation. This is not because males and females are naturally, inherently destined to be power-hungry or manipulative. It is that humans are power-hungry and manipulative, and our society has taught us that because males naturally have more upper body strength, they should try to use physical power, because females seem to be naturally more cunning in their ways, they should use manipulation. We have a heavy emphasis on method, money, rules, committees, but we don't have a very heavy emphasis on the actual students. Our education system is so wrapped up in the education system that it forgets what its true purpose is, which is to teach our children, by extension me, my father, my grandfather, etc., to be in this world and to understand the things you have to understand to live in the society that we apes have made for ourselves. And I'm not sure that we are teaching our young apes how to do things the right way. Anyway, more things to think about from the whole damnation piece in pieces.